Thank you very much, Rachel. Eddie, thank you. This was an excellent speech and a fantastic follow-up to an icebreaker. I'm almost speechless, but since I have to talk for the next few minutes, here's what I have for you. You asked for some storytelling emphasis. This was more of a persuasive or informative speech, and you did that beautifully. The first thing I want to talk about is Eddie's presentation and the way he delivered this speech. He came across excited and engaged, and those are the things that you really want when you're delivering a presentation like this, because that draws us in. He used hand gestures for emphasis, but they weren't random. They weren't things like I do like this or just whatever. They were pointed and intentional, and I was paying very close attention to when he used them. And I want to ask if there was some sort of like a mental play going on in his head. You don't have to answer right now about which hand gestures you would use at what point, because some people really do consciously think that. I love the honk honk moment also. Great aside. Eddie's structure, he started his speech with a question, which is a really great way to start out. When you think about transportation, what do you think about? Or think of transportation? Then, when no one answered, he called on people he knew would feel comfortable giving a reply. So he called on Anton and Diane. And true to form, they gave him a response. For the structure of his whole speech, he used a three-point structure to overuse the word structure. This is always effective. He told us what an air taxi is, the applications of air taxis, and challenges faced by air taxis. At least that's what I got from his speech. It came across very clearly to me. He used real world examples, and he didn't spend too much time on any one of his 3 points. A lot of people will give one and then they'll just drag on with the second one or the third one, and we start to feel like when are you going to get to the end? But he kept each explanation or each part of the three structure points about the same length. I want to make a point of the excellent description of what an air taxi is. A lot of people, when they're explaining something, skip the actual explanation of their subject because they think everyone in the room already knows what they're talking about. And sometimes, by extension, they don't want to come across as condescending. But this is a speech and a presentation. You never know what people's information level is or knowledge is. You always need to explain what it is that you're talking about. Even if other people already know, you need to demonstrate that you know. And this is about establishing yourself as an authority on your subject. So giving your own description or your own definition, your own perspective on this thing is a really great and vital way to do that. With his explanation, overall, Eddie demonstrated his knowledge and authority throughout the whole speech. How to improve this? I'm going to be very picky. I like that Eddie called on people after he asked his question, but when you start a speech with a question, you should always have an answer ready to go, something you can prompt your audience with if they don't answer right away. You want an answer right away. If you don't see hands go up immediately, then you say, how about rideshare? How about taxis? Prompt the audience to go the direction you want them to go, and you can keep going with the speech. And being excited about something is vital for giving a speech like this. But I also want to know where your reasons are. Like, why are you so excited? Why are you an investor? Are you part of development? Are you just a rabid fan? These things give us insight into your level of knowledge. It was almost 8 minutes. I love when people give a full speech, and we certainly have the time, but you may want to concentrate on trying to pare that down to 7.5. Overall, Eddie, this was excellent. I think you set a great example. You set a high bar for yourself, and I'm looking forward to your next speech. Back to you, Rachel.